You call that radio?
Well, Kneecap just sold out, I don't know, it's like about 20 or 30 dates across the USA and Canada because of people like Sharon Osbourne complaining about them using their freedom of speech. The cheek of an English woman saying that an Irish band should be deported from the USA, the supposed land of the free, for using their free speech. And all the Fox News and all the propaganda networks agreeing with her. And I thought Trump was all about freedom of speech. All the pro-Trump people told me he was all about freedom of speech. And the right-wingers were all about freedom of speech. And Joe Rogan and all the comedians were all about free speech. All the celebrities who backed him were all about freedom of speech. And I thought Elon Musk was going to legalise comedy. Well, apparently singing Maggie's in a Box is not the right kind of comedy, not the right kind of free speech. Apparently being anti-war is the wrong freedom of speech. And it's interesting because I seen Joe Rogan actually likes Kneecap. So when is the penny going to drop that he got played by fascists and the right-wing media to swing his viewers into voting for a con man? Kneecap just sold out all these dates because of the publicity. And if you don't know what happened, but basically Kneecap did at Coachella Festival something they do at every show, and I've seen them many times, and that is to get the crowd to sing Free Palestine. And they also had a backdrop that went viral. I think they tried to cut them off the live transmission, but Hassan live streamed it and loads of people took pictures. So the backdrop went viral, and it was an anti-war slogan that's now been twisted into anti-Semitism. Now, anti-Semitism is a real thing that talking heads belittle by accusing everyone of being anti-Semitic if they dare speak out against the slaughter of innocent civilians. And as Kneecap said, there's many Jewish people who are against the genocide. And it is a genocide. Kneecap said what Israel's doing is a genocide. And the dictionary definition is the deliberate killing of a large number of people from a particular nation or ethnic group with the aim of destroying that nation or group. Very conservative, and I use the word conservative, estimates range from around 50,000 Palestinians have been murdered since October 2023. It's expected to be closer to 100,000. Many are imprisoned, many are missing, and many more starve, freeze, and live under threat of death every moment of their lives. Future historians are not going to look back at this time very kindly to the Western world. We're not only selling bloodthirsty Israeli state the weapons to do it and giving them intelligence to do it, but we turn a blind eye, we parrot the propaganda and attack anyone who speaks the truth. And meanwhile, Scotland has spent the last few weeks arguing about toilets. It's embarrassing. It's an affront to humanity. We also have Reform MPs using the anonymous participant function on Facebook to share imaginary stories involving illegal immigrants. And you've probably seen them already, but basically it's an anonymous participant pops up in a Facebook community group and says they've seen somebody doing a crime or about to do a crime, but they get scared away. And somehow, as they're running away, they shout, "By the way, I'm an illegal immigrant." I'm going to touch on that again. We'll go back to that because we do have some proof that a Reform MP is involved in it. People involved in the Reform Party are involved in it, and they're going to just sort of turn your head away from war and the greed of billionaires and make you start attacking immigrants. So that's kind of what for the working class people. They're hoping that race baiting is going to do the job. And for middle class people in Scotland, it's a toilet argument. And it's one that I'm not even going to get involved in, because as a white cis male, if I say the wrong thing, then I'll just get told that I shouldn't speak because I'm a white cis male. And I don't want to speak on it anyway, because I think what Kneecap are talking about is far more important. It's like the only free speech, the only thing that the free speech crew want you to talk about is race and gender, immigration, sexuality. Never ever class. We never speak about the greed of corporations or anything like that. And this is really classic divide and conquer tactics that we should all be wise to by now. But the difference is that we're all on social media, glued to our phones, and the algorithm knows how to push people's buttons. It's very rare that we can have a conversation about billionaires' greed destroying everyone's mental health and everyone's finances so badly that we want to fight in social media, instead of demanding the end to war, demanding that the ultra rich pay their fair share so that people don't need to wait 2 years for severe operations. They say silence is violence, but by us arguing, it just adds to the whole problem. By constantly arguing on social media, whether you're on the right side of history or the wrong side of history, it still feeds the algorithm, and that feeds the advertisers. It's a bit of a mess. It's more than a bit of a mess. But be pointing out the flaws in racism, homophobia, transphobia, it fuels the billionaires' algorithms. The same billionaires who stood behind and next to the president of free speech. Facebook, Twitter, Amazon, all the guys, and the rest. The other ones you don't even see, who lurk in the shadows. They must be having some laugh watching poor people and middle class people pick each other apart. The poor people thinking that immigrants are taking all their jobs and all their benefits and getting free hotels and free cars. And it depends on how far down the rabbit hole they are, but yeah, basically you come over in a boat and you get £1 million for free. And because people are genuinely suffering in poverty, it works on some people. It does work. And then the middle classes are less likely, well, the middle classes that I know are less likely to fall for that. But instead they're picking each other over gender and sexuality. And they just must be having a good laugh at everyone. So good on Kneecap for using the platform to point out a genocide is happening in real time. Also, fair play to Gary's Economics for at least speaking on mainstream TV about taxing the ultra wealthy. Everything else is pointless rage bait that's not going to improve anybody's lives. And I think deep down everybody knows this. And that's why Luigi Mangione was so popular on the left and the right, because of what the insurance companies are doing to the average US citizen. And best believe those insurance companies are on their way to the UK soon. As soon as Starmer can sell off the NHS to Trump's pals, it's already started. And we've just found out tonight Luigi has pled not guilty, and they are seeking the death penalty on Luigi. And that would be a circus. Would they allow that to be on television? Because that's all anyone would want to tune into and talk about. And that's why I sadly don't think Luigi's going to make it to court. Because suddenly the clickbait would be on something tangible and fixable, and not clickbait hate mongering. So anyway, I just thought I would do a wee rant after seeing some right wing balloon talking about how Kneecap should be deported and investigated and all that stuff. Good on Kneecap, and get it round you, Sharon Osbourne. Kneecap are just selling it everywhere now, so you've just made them more popular. And as they said, you know, your husband was a rock star. He sang War Pigs, and I wonder what Ozzy makes it. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you agree or you don't. But I just thought I would say what I thought, and that's it. Bye. Radio.